All right. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back up here in our weekly recordings for you and our live chat up here. And I want to say thank you to all of you who message us and um, ask us stuff up here. If you need to go connect with us, you can check the email above in there. That's what is on the screen for your help. And we were supposed to talk about this um, awareness to understanding, which was very good topic, but still it's kind of like a little bit advanced. So we decided to go ahead and talk about something that the people actually was asking, and also it's needed in the community. We're talking about push for the inner union with yourself, and that leads to the union and soul with the partner. And we want to talk about the two kind of like a pushes. Okay, the one push is that personal ego-based push from within yourself. That is the push that you're pushing the other person, you're pushing your counterpart in there. It's like, come on, we gotta be in union, we gotta be in union without in union, and that it's coming from your lower self and the needs that you're going to need. And this is a toxic push for union that leads to separation. We are not going to talk about this push for it. He's been talking about a lot about separation. Community doesn't need to know about a lot of separations and so on and so on. We're going to talk about push for the inner union within yourself as a within a soul. When you are going to feel from the connections that a connection is going to be kind of like pushing in. It's like, hey, you see your patterns are not good in here. You need to change it. Okay, talk to it, figure it out, fix it, and that's how the connection is gonna comes in. You gotta be ready for union, and you're gonna feel a little bit awkward with that because now the push is not coming from you. The push is not coming from either your partner, and you're wondering what in earth is going on in there. It's like, I'm not pushing, I'm not doing anything, but there is this intense energy that it's pushing is. You talk to your counterpart, and then all of a sudden it's like, no, I'm not pushing either. What is this? But I feel the pressure. And this is a one you're gonna begin to understanding of this divine time union that it's gonna comes in within, and it's gonna tell you gotta be ready for this. And you're gonna feel this push to kind of like go ahead and run things rapido, fast in there, and you're gonna be like, oh my God, what is it going on with this? You're gonna feel it, but it's very similar as the energies of this bubble zone that it's gonna come in as an energy. It's kind of like we need to move fast, we need to do this, we need to do that. You're gonna feel it the right things that it's coming. And when you're not ready, you find out what you're not ready, and you're gonna feel those energies that's kind of like pushing you for this transformations because it's gonna come in like one energy that it's gonna be like, ready or not, here I come, time's ticking, tick tock, tick tock, get to work. You're gonna feel it, okay? But that's gonna come from above. And this is a that push that we are going to be talking about to recognize that push and not to kind of like do crazy things in there that led to a separations back. But right now, those are the similar push. They put you together, together. You overcoming things. You find out that my actions is not the same, my situation is not the same, and now I'm proving this within. So without other ado, I'm giving the mic to Paulina, and she's gonna take it away. Hi Eva, thank you for coming in.
Hi Eva, good to see you here, and thanks everyone for coming so far. I just remembered I can hear myself. I'm not sure that the sound is good. If there is any issue with the sound, let us know. But talking about this rapid, the situation just reminded me back when we were in the train, and then suddenly there was this piece of paper that fell from your laptop, and that's what it said, wrap it. And like we were both looking at each other like, what is it? Like it just appeared. But anyways, that's how it sometimes feels, that things are overdue. And especially right now, I'm talking like this last couple of weeks, it feels like it's supposed to be done already. Like it's this rushy energy, like why things are the way they are right now, and like are we delaying things? So you can sense possibly that there will be this internal push for a change. And maybe just to put it into perspective, like I think this kind of change, it's not very much different from this push that pushed you into the experience in the first place, this push that was pushing you towards the separation just so you can learn the right lesson. Maybe some people were experiencing this weird push that would be pushing you to say some certain things, although you know it's not proper to say it. So that's, I've experienced that several times. It was like I was made to say certain things because they are triggering certain conversations and situations. So if we take a look back, like what is really the push? Of course, like there can be this our lower agenda. Now we try to manipulate the whole experience as we want it or we think we need, or this push that comes from higher self that will be just guiding us to those situations that not always are comfortable. Sometimes we feel like maybe we are not ready to do these steps yet. But with this, like, it's hard to trust yourself because you yourself want to keep yourself in this comfortable bubble, and in general we are not happy to make changes. Like this is our comfortable states. So anytime you make a change, it can cause some discomfort. There is uncertainty. There is, you need to step out to the new. And it doesn't really matter which state of the journey we are talking about, right? Like right now we are in this step of coming into union, but looking back, it was always something that was pushing us and everyone in this journey, like to do the next step, to make the next step, or bringing you the change that you needed. But it's very interesting to see and start recognize, like it's not me who is pushing. Like I'm just surrender. I'm okay with what it is. I know that my partner is not pushing. Like this human, there is no human push in here. Everyone tries to figure out just the proper way to navigate things and just find this the most optimal solution how to make these things happen. But then it's like, okay, but something is urging us, like keep keep moving, like don't delay. So it's very very interesting just to sense this subtle energy that is a little bit impatient, that is just asking for performance on 3D, because everything on a higher dimensions is done. All the merges that were possibly done, or most of them, they have been done, and we could sense that several times. But finally, there's this time to perform on 3D, and this way you may not feel like ready for it, but it's just here you go. You have to take the next step.
Yeah, if you guys have so many questions, you can ask. To go more deeper within this, for you're gonna be really guided of facing similar challenges of what the separation created, but those similar challenges, your actions is gonna be totally different. Somehow, some way, you are like now operating from the spirit as a soul, as it you supposed to be as a twin flame, not like a before that is like, what is my union doesn't happen? Why doesn't she doesn't pay attention to me? Why she doesn't call? Why she doesn't do this and so on? Which is your impatience, your ego, your lower self is right there, starving to this attention at this situation so it can be in union. And now you see it, you see the differences. You can distinguish the differences within you because that portion is still there, it's still triggered, but it's not active. And now that push for a union within yourself is exactly this: uniting within yourself. You're getting at this energy. If it's something you have to work it out or something you need to share with your partner, very important. Be vulnerable, be open, be honest, be truthful. That's what you went through this journey as a twin flame. Okay? And say what it is, how is it feels like it, and where this push is coming from. And as you practice it, you're not learning how to navigate the energies. And when you learn it already how to navigate the energy is changing what? Your behavior. Your behavior is changed, so is your actions. And now you see it that unifications within yourself, all that journey, that amount of inner work that you did on yourself, in there you begin to put it together, and that is what this union is. You put these things inside of you, and all of a sudden those things, it says like you don't have other choice. You see, at some point that energy is gonna comes in, is gonna tell you, well, guys, you guys did everything. That's the only one thing left. What are you guys waiting for? And it's like you trying to figure out reason. You try to figure out this and that and so on, and then the universe is gonna tell you, come on, it's your time. It's time to take over. It's time to take the lead. It's time to make this happen. It's time to get us this. And that's when you're supposed to start looking at and asking about this union. Because this kind of like a push is preparing you, it's testing you. Okay? I'm kind of like stressing that out here, testing you, because once you pass that test, there is nothing else left. It's only thing that it's left is the union. You are going in there and finally getting into a union, the union as it is. Okay. Now, whatever you can fantasize about union and whatever the union is, that's a whole another ball game. Okay. You can fantasize so many situations in there. What is the union actually? So completely different. You're gonna feel it, the divine stepping in within that. It's a divine marriage. And most of the people only talk about it. You talk about it to experience it, to feel it inside of you. You're going to be talking about marriages and so on and so on, but it's going to be a different flavor in there. There's going to be a different higher level. It's like, wait a minute, where is the divine in here? In the divine, it's stepping in. You seeing it, you feeling it, you feeling it, that third energy that it puts you together. Why did that comes in? But she's gonna say like, I'm gonna push you each other so much. I'm gonna kind of like a squeeze you. Let me see how you feel squeezed, how you feel in union. Are you guys still in union? You still have this personal things. Oh, the lemon juice. I will make some lemonades of you guys. Let me get that lemon. Let me squeeze. Okay. How much juice do you guys have? What is that? The ego. Okay. If you put the lemon juice as your ego, and the divine just, hey, it's a dry lemon, but I can put it in the fridge, and tomorrow I'll squeeze a little bit more. That is what this push is. It's kind of like you feel that like you purified in a whole another board game level, and we've been having those conversations about it. We're feeling it, all these energies, um, and when you get to those energies inside of it, this is what is important: is to have this proper level of communications with your counterpart. It's like I feeling it, but is that coming from you or is it something else? And is that coming from you or for something else? You got the same question from the boat, and now it's like, oh, we gotta push from above, and then ding 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 ding, bingo, and then you getting into that energies. You feeling it in there that divine says it's okay. Let's test you. Let's go. You guys have everything. Yeah, but in those uncomfortable moments, in those situations is in there, you're gonna be tested. You're gonna be putting this negative pattern towards your counterpart, like you did on the separations. Oh, they're not doing this. Oh, they're not doing that. Oh, they're like this. The worst thing you can do is start calling names and so on and so on. Okay, it's okay. You can be feel. You're a human being. You can have an emotions. Okay, but you're sharing your emotions. Why this is it? Why the way it is? And so on. Okay, so I'm gonna give you back into Paulina. Oh,
Yeah, so even about the sharing emotions, like this is both parties' responsibility, right? Like if someone shares emotions with you, like there is no point in judging it. Like it's this vulnerability that you're learning, right? Like you feel safe to just express that, okay, you feel this emotion or that. Like sometimes they are, people would say, oh, you should not be feeling this, like why you're angry, why you're feeling whatever, like mistrust, like whatever you feel, it's really worthwhile just to share with your partner, because it's, there is no better test for your connection, you know. If you don't feel safe enough to share emotions, like you cannot build the connection, proper connection, this way, because you will feel like you have to withdraw some part of yourself, even if it's uncomfortable. I cannot share with my partner, so you'll be kind of entering your own cave. So it's really like big encouragement, you know, for anyone that it's in these situations, that there are some weird emotions that keep hovering and you just cannot process them on your own. Like share it, because it's at the same time partner wants to know what's in your head, because it's like, how can you both navigate this complex situation if, you know, you will just withdraw some information from your partner. And that's this power of communication. But at the same time, I was thinking this thing that we discussed, how initially we all kind of crave for this physical union, and we think this is just the ultimate step that we want to reach forward, and that's the end goal of those connections. But this is very subconscious thought that we keep having. You know, we meet someone, there is a super attraction, and all we want is we crave this person physically. While along the journey, you just start doing your work, you start this inner transformation, and you get enter the stage that you created enough field to kind of start attracting the right person to you. And then you're in this final step that you have to manifest that truly. And there will be some weird level even of a resistance, and you know, just to really make it happen, it's like it's not you who is pushing to this union anymore. Like you kind of, you want to make it as perfect as possible, probably do a little bit more inner work, a little bit more healing. But then, you know, the union, it wants to manifest already, because you already achieved not 100%, because we don't have to be at 100%. It's like 80% is enough. And after this threshold, anything feels like delay. Like it's good enough. Like you don't have to keep perfecting yourselves on your own. The rest you can finish when you're together. But you see how this narrative shifts. Like initially, everyone wants to be in union, while one step before physical union will be kind of trying to delay it a little bit, or maybe there is something else I have to do on my own before I enter this common field like permanently. So this is a very interesting shift, how it's, we just shift our wishes, right? Like it's just not as our priorities are shifting. Right now you're focusing mostly about, okay, can I be sure that the connection is strong enough to actually make this final step? Before we don't even think about that, right? Like before we just think about this other person, like when are we gonna get together? Well, after that you will be finding yourself like you're delaying something, so you have to make the conscious choice to actually enter the physical union with full awareness.
yeah, talking about the awareness, we're gonna be talking about more about this awareness. Here is the one sign that I want to give you, kind of like a tip that you're gonna know about this push, and it's gonna know about this test. What is it feels like it? There's gonna be intensity. There's gonna be a push over your ego. There's gonna be a push over your lower self emotions, and then you're gonna be communicate with your counterpart. So when you communicate with your counterpart in there, you're still practicing the inner peace, and that will determine the passing the test. I'm talking about really you're practicing this for it. You're passing the test. That doesn't matter how heavy the energy and how much the squeeze is. You still can both navigate it and continue going forward. Find the solutions, finding the situations, and then the energy is calmed down. It's all peaceful in the soul and all the level, all energetic levels, and then the love takes over. And here is your proof that your connection is going to work in the future. You're not only proving to yourself, you're proving to your counterpart, but you're proving to the divine. This how we'll go there. And you're going to feel in it that push. Okay, the push is not coming out from within you like before. You know, most of the people in the community that want to know how to get in union instead of the looking at in there that the union it's divine part. It doesn't have anything to do with your own personal desire agendas and your personal programming about the twin flame. A lot of the twin flames, I'm sorry I have to tell you this, but they are programmed. They are self-programmed within that. Without doing that inner work, that it's there. But when you get into these energies within yourself, and when you get in a connection, when you get into these final stages in there, this push is gonna be explain you. What did you did wrong back then? You're gonna find out. You're gonna be go back into time. Yeah, it's not gonna be blissful, okay, but it's gonna be actually shows in you the right way. And when now the both of you are able to handle it, intense energies, but handle it with peace, and the love is still there. Here is your proof that you're passing the test. And here is your proof that, hey, the union will last. Now you're sure, your partner is sure, so is the divine. And this is what the community is missing to understand there. That after you get and graduate within the journey as a twin flame, it comes to that point of this push for union naturally. You're not control it, you're not rushing it, you're not desperate, you don't put your agendas in there and so on. It just happened as it's supposed to be, a natural process, a stage of evolution. And this is what we are coming and share with you guys because it's a beautiful energies after that. After you've been squeezing as like a lemon and you survived and you're like, okay, here he is. You're tough. That means you can sustain the next levels. You can sustain the journey. You can sustain the energy. You can work it out. Okay, it's time to give you the approval note. It's like, here you go. You approved for a union. Now what are you guys going to do? Oh, you guys are far away. Oh, well, we're going to push you. But it's not that kind of like a push. It's still a gentle push, but you're going to feel the, like all the talk is talked. All the energies that needs to be, it's been went through it. You're going to feel like that's the only one thing left, as Paulina said in there. So that's what we came to share with you guys. Back to you, darling.
Yeah, I was just thinking about one thing that you said in the night. Oh, I wanted to talk about faith because I kind of reminded myself how we got together in the first place, right? Like that was a big test of faith for both of us because, like, speaking from my personal experience, that was this moment that I was not sure where my life is going, right? Like it's just my programming and about twin flame experience. That was one thing that was kind of keeping me capped in a certain level and understanding. And I was wondering like where I should go. There is nothing in front of me instead of except for the new connection with a brand new person. But what about my old journey and the rest of it? And that at some point there was just so much confusion, and the only thing was this little light at the end of the tunnel. I just trusted, you know. It's like even your ego may feel like opposing it because it was not my ideal situation that I was kind of trying. I was not attracted to this like a connection in the first place. Like my ego was resisting because of all the programmings regarding the twin flame journey, right? Like just you have a twin flame, you have to stick to your twin flame. then you have some new connection. What do you do with that? But I kind of put it aside, and I even ignored this very weird voices that would be saying like, I'm betraying something, I'm abandoning something, I'm cheating. And it just proves me this programming is so strong that it can play tricks on your mind and try to make you guilty, about trying to expand more. And I was like, no way, I'm gonna go against this. I'm gonna ignore those voices. I'm very curious. What is this voice that telling me to trust? So we connected in physical, but then, there was this bliss, there was this release, there was this expansion, something got broken. So that was the whole paradigm that got broken out of this twin flame paradigm that, you have to stick and wait and you're caught up with this one person. You're here to explore. But I just put so much faith towards this next step. And of course, this is reciprocated always, because the more trust you put towards your journey, that's gonna be paid back. So something that I thought I'm gonna be ending, like this is some kind of ending of some sort, it just opened up to the whole new experience. And right now I feel a little bit like the same situation. It's like I have my life here, but something it's telling me just trust it. You may not see what it's in front of you. You may not see the whole vision. All you can do is, based on the current experience you have, based on all the communication you had so far, comparing different experiences on a soul level you had with different individuals, you have to kind of observe how you feel, amount of experience that you got together with your counterpart, and does it make you feel more trustful in the future. So this is why, that's why those talks are communication is so important when you're in the stage of building the connection, because you will have your ego that it's gonna be scared, because it's, if you've been through some traumatic experience and your trust was broken very heavily, of course you're gonna be questioning whoever new is coming your way, because you don't want to experience all of that. And you will be having constant thoughts in your head like, am I safe, am I safe, is it proper, can I take a risk? So the only way to overcome this is just to have those repeated experiences and this make this memories that, anytime we're going through something tough, somehow we made it through. It's like, I think I know this person. You don't fantasize about the person, because all of those uncomfortable talks you had, you're both showing your real face. So thanks to it, you just kind of put a trust in that. Like, it's like, okay, I think I can take this risk. I know it's not only me, it's my partner that I know pretty well, and we know how to communicate. And I remember those energies that were present, that they have some interest in just maintaining this connection. So all of that, you see, this the whole mix tries to make, helps you to take this next step. But of course, like inner work and just preparing yourself to be aware enough to be able to take those talks, not to be afraid to talk about uncomfortable stuff, not to be afraid to speak for yourself first. This is all preparation, right?
Exactly. Hi, Lorna and Erica said in peace
Mm.
for. And you're gonna see that this whole process is to make the connections even more healthier, more truthful, more honest, more you practicing the journey in there. But it also the this process, as Paulina said in there, is gonna bring this truth, because without the truth, this connection really it's gonna put this intensity in there. When the things are not okay, you're gonna feel it. You already know how that feels. Okay, so now you're really, really getting into the real connections with the real truth, with everything that is supposed to be in there from your internal self, because you are now one with yourself. If you're not one with yourself, that energy is gonna push. It's gonna be like, say this. You may not feels good. You may not feels right. But you have to say it. You have to communicate it. Because this person is your best friend in life. Right? This person is the one who there. And now with this kind of like a sharings in there, with this kind of like a empowerment in there, you're going to find that beautiful awareness and understanding from your counterpart. And exactly that awareness and understanding reflects back into the counterpart. And then all that begins to be going on and on and on. So it's there is no words. And when you get into this energies, there is no words to describe it. It's almost like I don't know, like language is too small. Vibrations are gonna be a completely different, and what you're going to see is like this push for the union within yourself. It's finally pays off. You maybe gonna feel tired, exhausted, burn out, and you're like, come on, right? But then when the energies comes in to work on it, you're like, yes, it's good. It's fine. I can go sleep well. I'm empowered again. I get in it through all this. In the universe, it's okay. You got the power. Go do it. But it's going to be a natural process. You don't have to push for union. And my suggestion is like if you're seeking it, the union in there, unify it yourself. Don't worry about the partner. When the partner is unified in itself, this kind of like a communications is gonna comes in. But you also have to keep it at those communications. You may feel like sometimes you don't want to talk about it with your partner in there. Just like, hey, I need like 2 days or 2 days, or you know what, I'm working on something on me. I got this stuff in there. Take a break if you have to. But don't be like, I don't want to talk, I don't want to see, I want to turn it off. And you do this, all the crazy actions. That's what the test is going to be. Are you going to be doing the crazy actions, or are you going to be start using the awareness of understanding what your action is going to lead to it? And then you begin to be a mature actions of soul. You heal that old patterns in there, all that paradigm, it's healed within you. And now you prove to yourself, because you're united within yourself, but you also prove it to counterpart. And with improvement in that, within actions, that's what the universe wants to see it. And when the universe sees it, they're gonna be comes in, okay, good job. And you're gonna be keeping going forward. And if something is not unhealed, or something has to be go over it to be really finishing healing, you're gonna be able to do it. They're gonna be pushing you in there, but it's not like a big deal. It's not like a uh, what was it? The proper term right here? Kind of like from the you're overreacting, you're over expanding within you. It's kind of like from the little fly you make an elephant in there. No, you see as a fly is a fly. I don't have to make the problem so huge, so big anymore.
Yeah, but it still has to be addressed, right?
Yes,
Because
it
like you
has to
can
be
put it
addressed.
away just for the sake
Exactly.
of, oh my God, we are so close towards the union. I don't want to put more oil to this fire, more fuel. Let me just keep quiet. But it's not the proper way, because you constantly need to prove yourself that you feel comfortable initiating those discussions. Because at some point you may be tired of it. We were even talking, how much of this inner work we have to do, but it's just testing you also, right? Like, what are you gonna do when you feel internally that something feels off? Do you want to keep it inside, or do you want to see what your partner has to say about that? So it's really standing for yourself. And even as you gave this example of the running and chasing, like a little bit, this is like an episode of running and chasing. Of course, it doesn't have to end in a separation, but there are separation energies involved in those kinds of situations, right? But at the same time, there is always something happening in the background. So whenever it happens, it's necessary. But at the same time, you have to cut yourself that you have those tendencies. If you have tendencies to close yourself in a cave, try to be mindful about like feelings that your partner has. because there is a big chance that they are on this chaser spectrum. So they will be more worried that there is no communication. They will be maybe thinking, oh, is it gonna last? Because this is a, that's what happens in chaser's mind, right? Like, am I gonna lose it again? All of these things. So it's kind of, when you have those tendencies, it's good to take a step back and kind of realize, like, what is this implications on my partner? I think about myself, because if I need a space, I need a space. But am I doing it too much? Am I withdrawing too much? So there you will be asked to find this right middle point, so that you take your space, but also you respect your partner's reactions and just feelings. And it, of course, it works both ways, but it's just important to understand, like, this is running chasing scenario. It's not like, again, like we are labeling ourselves as a runner or chaser. It's just, I see that the given scenarios, one is escaping more towards their own world, while another one would like to maintain a communication. But this is just a human dynamic.
Yeah, you're gonna be reliving all the stages of the twin flame. You're gonna be tested in each
There's
of the
cycles,
stages,
right?
and you're gonna feel them. It's like, oh, okay, let's review. Do you really know this? Can you perform on this? Good. Can you perform on that? Good. Did you really understand this? Good. Did you really illuminate yourself? Good. Do you really practicing the thing as a twin flame? Good. Are you ready for the union? Did you unify with yourself? And all those steps in there is going to be triggered, is going to be the push. But when you get into the end in there, things all of a sudden they get normal, easy. They don't get that anymore, that intensity, because the inner peace, it's flowing. You know that inner peace when you're with the person and you have no worries, no doubts, no secrets, and you feel at peace. Now you can enjoy the love. Not like you have to watch out what are you saying or what are you doing. Not like in a karmic relationship for it, or as in earlier as the journey, you're trying to do everything so just to get with your twin flame. Now this, what I'm talking about right now, it is about natural process. Natural, biological, human, mental, emotional process of evolution. You evolved. You evolved. Because you evolved. You did your inner work. You're done. You graduated. And now things are naturally flowing. You don't even have to, really kind of like pushing it. Because as Paulina said earlier, out of, guys, if you're paying attention, she said we are both surrendered. You're surrendered. You surrendered to this journey right at the beginning. But most people don't want to surrender. They don't want to surrender things that don't work. They don't investigate it why the things doesn't work. They don't look at it within themselves that maybe they're the reason why the things is not working. Because it's really more easier to look at it, the counterpart, to blame the counterpart, to focus within the counterpart, what their actions are, and so on. Do you see your patterns? And that's what this whole journey, when you get into a natural state of that evolution, you're understanding the whole wrong with the process as the twin flame, and you see the right process as the twin flame because you're performing it. And that performing, it's coming with that push from the universe. Okay? And after you get through the push, oh, you're gonna be feel good. Job well done. You finally, let's say you've been in this journey for 4 years, like you're going to your college. Okay, you had all the moments in the college, the good, the ups and downs, and so on and so on and so on. And guess what? You're going through the final ceremony, and you're like, is that it? And you walk in that podium, they give you this diploma in there, and it's like, okay, it's done, right? And that's how it's going to be with the journey in there. You're going to be feeling it then within you. But it's a natural process. You did the work, you study, you get it, you took the test, you passed on, here's your diploma, there you go. And that's how it goes with everything that it's coming into the journey.
Yeah, and
But
then
the,
it's the next cycle, right? Like that's
yeah,
also something to remember, that this union is not the end goal. It's just, this is
no.
another milestone that you achieved, you completed, you got your diploma, but right now, like, get to work.
Yeah,
And it's very interesting to see that, like, we were talking even about those cycles yesterday. Like, you can either always choose the different path and do something completely different, but with your old understandings, with your old belief system, or you can decide to repeat the cycle and cycle after cycle, but then you change yourself and you change how you respond to those old situations, but with this new understanding. Because it's easy to get caught up with this, I don't want to repeat the cycle, I've done it in the past and didn't work, I don't want to repeat, let me do something completely different out of my mind. But then you will be questioning, maybe the cycle was good, maybe just your response was not proper. You have to change something in your belief system, because the situation itself, it was good, it was very big potential in the situation, but you were not ready to take the proper step. So this is something to keep in mind for those people who are getting sick of repeating the cycles, and they would say, oh, I will never ever, I will do it again, and it comes back again, and you will be questioning, oh, did I did something wrong? So you'll be thinking, oh, maybe I should give it a try a little bit more, one more time, but with a new understanding that I learned on the way, because I'm the new self, I'm not the old self as I was in the past. But
you are going to be tested. Did you let go of your old self? Oh, you're going to be tested. And you're going to have that inner fights with the new self and old self. I know some people like Dio doesn't get tired, but it's the final test. Is you have your final, isn't there? And you may want to have this lethargic or sadness of the old self. When the old self is dissolving, leaving you because you're the new one, right? It's the same thing. You're sad when you're leaving your high school. You're gonna go to some college. You feel sad that you're not gonna see your friends anymore, right? And then you go into a college, which is the same pretty much cycle with a brand new attitude in there, and you finish a college, and guess what? It's the same thing. It wasn't different. But take a look before you enter the high school and after you graduate after college, how different you are right now. You change your belief system down in the road within yourself. I hope. Otherwise, some people they still kids all their life. It's just like they still in this high school in there, and they're like, I want the racing car, I want this. You know what I'm talking about. But when the natural things happen as evolutions, you're understanding the whole process. And we kind of like simplifying it for you guys, so it can be a more easier. You don't have to have all this all the time, these pressures all the time, these things and so on. Things are really gonna be balanced, and when they are balanced, you're gonna be wondering where is this high energies. You need to understand the higher energies, they are extreme. Your lower energies are extreme. Your inner peace is when you have them both. You have them both. Because when you have the lower energies and the higher energies coming in together, they don't fight anymore. They're not counterparts anymore. They're in union. Because all those energies, if you put it in, like, the electricity sinusoid that it comes in, the higher energies goes low and the lower energies go high. Well, at the moment when they're crossing each other, you're in that inner peace, right? But one day you're good, the next day you're bad. One day you're good, the next day you're bad. You don't have that anymore. You have this balance. You want that balance. You want that permanent state. And the energy is going to be testing you. Okay, you want the high energies or you want the low energies, or you're going to be maintaining that peace. But when you find out that when you maintain that peace, things are coming a totally different way, right? Because everyone wants the higher levels. You want to operate on these higher energies. You want to open up of these angelic realms and so on. You are there. They're not the higher energies. They're not going anywhere. Neither the lower ones. You unify them. You don't have the fights anymore within yourself. That is now fight within your partner. There is no fight within the divine. Now you're ready for that union. Because you're not going to create any more wars. You're going to create peace. You're going to become the peacemaker. You have the inner peace within yourself. You become the peacemaker. Then your partner becomes the peacemaker. And this is what the divine will look for at first. You don't want to bring fights within the paradise state. They have seen a lot of fights down in north. Okay. So seeing it within those kind of like an energies, don't think about it that the higher energies is not within you. Oh, they are. They have a different flavor. They're already those higher energies. They are normal for you. They're not gone. They're just normal. You're just preparing for the next stage, as in your evolution. So it's a feel beautiful. You need to understand you. It feel beautiful because you don't have the intensity of the journeys anymore. Erica, after you're tested, you have discernment. You stay true to your energies, and you are in peace. Exactly. That's how that goes. But that discernment, you're looking for the proof who is your twin flame. You're looking for the proof if that connection is going to work. That proof is going to come exactly during this test. That's how you will know. That's how you will know because that inner peace is coming. When you go through uncomfortable situations, intense pressure energies, you go through and you keep going and you keep going and you keep going and the energies keep pushing and you keep going and the energies keeps pushing and you keep going and you figure out how easy it is to navigate with those energies. Sometimes you're like, you master it. It's okay.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, yes. But it's okay. Well, we got
I
this.
mean, it's really a
We are
process, right?
warriors.
Like, again, talking about the test, like you cannot. There is no better test. Like if things get tough and someone runs away because the conversations are too tough, like what does it tell you about the person? And again, like no judgments. It just tells you that that's the stage that the current person is. So it's hard to expect something more down the road if the simple tests are failed. Because it's not about being picky, that's because it's easy to fall in this mindset like, am I being picky? Am I just creating too much uncomfortable situations? But if that's the amount of triggers you have after getting all this experience so far and you feel like you're not comfortable with those situations, don't try to remove them. Don't try to pretend that everything is fine if it's not. Because it's like the peace will be there, but at the same time you have to take care of your own self. And if you're feeling good with yourself and you resolve your inner issues, you don't think how the partner will be thinking about your issues. They have their own issues, but you withdraw this energy towards, so you have those both complete balls that are free to go. If this energy is dispersed, there's just, they go different directions. They go a little bit towards your partner, a little bit different worries, and there is no proper flow. So it's least resistance when you just withdraw your energies towards yourself. Your partner does the same, and you can both freely go where you're supposed to. it's not controlled. It's just the right people will be attracted the right way, right? Like it's like talking about this right partnerships and the proper time. It's just that's the best way to tell what kind of connections will be with you once you really withdraw your energies towards yourself and you fill your cup and you generate your own field. You don't care about keeping people in the field. It's just the field itself will be bringing you people. So yes, discernment is a big part of it, because you have to discern, like, is this situation bring me peace? Is am I growing? And all those questions, right?
Mm-hmm. So you guys have some any more questions? Let us know. Otherwise, we're gonna be kind of like a closing it out. One thing that Paulina was talking about is uh, withdraw from within yourself. Every time when you have a problem, we are both that way. Okay, sharing some kind of like a very good tip for you guys. When you end up in a tough situations, before you look into your partner, or look from within, you're gonna be finding your power of awakening that it's coming with you. You look into yourself because you and your partner comes into seeing the same issue, same situation, same debunking of finding a solutions. And all of a sudden, inside of you is that like, oh, like from the old belief system, oh, my partner have to do this, and so on and so on and so on. Then what is your response is gonna be on this? If your partner is now ready, would you choose to understand, or are you gonna be choose to blame? And here is that power of the awareness comes in inside of you. And that power of the awareness that it comes in inside of you kicks off the understanding, and it's like, oh, my partner has to do his stuff. I have to work on me. Okay? And when you're saying it in there, I have to do work within me, in there, that is the energy that it comes in for it. Hi, Butterfly. Do we have a community? We have a 46,000 community on a Facebook. It's called I Am Twin Flame Group, Facebook, in there. And
I think this is a suggestion, like, because since we were talking a lot of about going together in a physical, finally I'm gonna be making those moves and adjustments on my way. As many fights I tried to have with myself and my old self, not feeling secure enough with this shift, I got enough signs that that's the proper way to go. So we'll be trying to build something more locally, right? Like Dio is right now in Spain. So we are hoping really to, we try still to build this vision, how we want to do that. But I see this as a very precious thing to have this community to share. So for people who would be able to travel and will be maybe based in Europe, that would be lovely to have those like gatherings, with people to provide this safe environment to share experiences. Of course, like lives are precious, but I see this as very big gift that you can give to yourself. You can put yourself in a situation that you have people from the same life path. They had those experiences. You can freely share. You don't have to worry about the labels. You just speak your own language. So this is somewhere down the road. So clearly that was really in my mind too, to try to build something like this, because I think it's never enough, those kinds of communities. So
yep,
the seed is planted.
your vibe attracts the tribe. And the vibes that are going to be coming in is going to be attracting the tribe, and the tribe makes the community for it, because we are seeing it in generally at in the past, I don't know, I would say maybe decade of being in the twin flames and so on. I think that's how it goes in there. I see what the community started at the beginning and what is it at the moment in there and so on. But as we evolve, so, you know, you're gonna see this kind of like a uh, if you stay at the beginning of the twin flames journey, you're gonna have a lot of people, right? When you begin to evolve, then you're losing some of those people. You begin to evolve, you're losing some people, losing some friends, you're losing some communication. And when you begin to evolve more and more and more, you go up the pyramid. Where in the pyramid it stays like what? It's only you and a partner, your partner, right? And the divine in there. And then you see it how you go over the hump, right? In there and so on. But that what is going to be attracting the tribe, that vibes in there, and there are different vibes. They're not like what you are pictured at the beginning. People think that like when you are about to get into a union, the energy is going to be like off the chart, and then it's all this and it's all then and so on. You're going to find the energy of the paradise and the peace because you bring that energy of peace and the paradise within you down here. You live in a paradise state because you embody your soul, and now your soul have that experience on earth. The average view duration, it's 11:11. I'm seeing it, but it can't be just, being blindfolded within that.
Oh, but
Or,
maybe it's
yeah, it's communications is in there, and you will understanding the proper way of this. It is about the embodiment of the soul. That's what it was this journey, and it's peaceful. They don't have to be. Yeah, we are in the union. Yeah, let's go, and it's so on. It's guys, it's all good and all great, and it's all got all that stuff, and it's all bad, and it's all Actually, it's so beautiful and peaceful. Inside of you, you're gonna be happy in a whole another level of existence within yourself. A reality that matches reality, and you find your peace. You don't have to struggle. You don't have to fight. Flow, flow. What can I say? It was simple in a way. When you're alive in there, you will find that it was simple, but it was tough because he had to face a lot of thought. That they not made it simple. Your ego, the ego of other people, the other people's ego that comes into a lot of ego programming that you program it, you pick that up and so on. You'll find it, okay? But now once you get it in there, yep.
yeah, but I see it as a process too, right? Like at the beginning, we are all striving. You get to this peace in your old life. You don't like a job, but somehow you made it through. You're at peace. You don't like your environment, but you meditate. You get yourself so high that you find inner peace. But then what will be happening? This inner peace will try to start to manifest here. And sometimes this manifestation of inner peace, it's not how your ego imagines. So then your life will be rearranging itself, right? To bring you this inner peace in 3D. And you'll be asking why this all of this has to go. And I was like, I don't want it to go, but it's not aligned with your current state of inner being. So it's just maybe a heads up for everyone because I'm still trying to understand the process, because it may feel like destruction or taking away, stripping away of everything that was old that seemed to be somehow working. But all I can see is like, no, it was not working according to your current state and current vibration. So it has to go. It's too old, it's too low. So just again, like piece of trust, right? Like everything that will be staying with you, it's for your highest good. Everything that is going, it's just it was working until certain time, and this new reality, it's there is no space for this old stuff. There will be something else.
Confirmations is in there.
Mm.
All right, guys. So that's all we have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully, this is brings you this little bit more advanced energies in there. If you guys want us to talk about a particular topic, something you are more interesting within advancement within your journey and so on, uh, you can make a comment here on the video, or you can write us an email and so on. You can reach out to us, and yeah, we're gonna be come back the next week. Okay.
Yeah, that would be very good to have like an overview for everyone that is watching. If you feel that you have certain questions, and or just even say what stage of the journey you are, what is your current things that you try to overcome, because if one person has those issues, that means that many people also have that. So we are still trying to figure out like what is the current level of understanding with people, and just share our experience. So thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you all for watching.
Okay.
And we're gonna give you some of the gifts as the usual gifts for you. Take it as much as you need.
It's enough for everyone.
Exactly. I was about to say in Spanish, exactamente. Beloved guys, we'll see you next week.
Take care.